Welcome back to the action here from Utah Valley as we're getting ready to get underway. Top of the first inning, Mountain Crest takes the field. The Mustangs today with the white pants, blue tops, orange trim. Bear River, they're in their grays with red and a little bit of black trim as well. So should be a good day for baseball. Right now it's a little toasty today. Would you say, Cannon?
Yeah, it's a little bit hot. It's probably going to get a little bit too warm in this box, but cracked a window, so hopefully that'll bring a little breeze in here. BYU brought us great weather, so I'm hoping UVU brings us the same.
And it should be. Yesterday we saw, for only about maybe an hour of the day, some pretty strong winds. Other than that, calm day yesterday. Got up to about 80. I expect we'll be pretty close, about the same today. Should be a good day for a ball game. Right now, the breeze pushing that American flag out in right center towards the left field wall. So it's pushing for kind of a right-handed batter's paradise right now, pushing it out towards left field.
And from what I remember playing here back in high school, left field plays a little bit short as is. So we'll see if we can get some homers up on that left field hill back behind the fence.
Now, one thing that was kind of new to us coming here today is that Utah Valley has upgraded this field to a full turf field. So it's not actually going to be all that big of a difference from what these guys were experiencing at BYU. It's still an all-turf field. Really, they just moved up the road. Outside of that, it should be similar conditions as we are now underway here with first pitch coming across the plate right now as a ball. Quick 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0. That one's in there, strike one, evens it at one apiece.
It's back in there right down the middle. Good pitch, good 1-0 pitch.
Colton Summers up to bat, he's a righty. And gets it in there for strike two. The 1-2 count here now to Colton Summers. Both of these teams right now, winner of this team will have to play a doubleheader today. And got him looking for strikeout.
Staying on the outside corner. If they're going to give it to you, just keep throwing right there.
Shortstop, number 17, Talon Marble.
That brings up Talon Marble, shortstop for the Bears.
That was a great pitcher's pitch. Tough pitch to hit. Got to try and take it the other way.
Strong hit over to third. Short ends up grabbing it past the outstretched glove. The throw is there for out number 2.
What a backhanded play right there. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get it over there in time, but he had plenty of time as he threw it over there. First baseman jumped up a little bit, was able to come back on the bag and secure the out there.
Had that been hit a little harder, that's going through the 5-6 gap. They were both able to get over there and make the play. First pitch to Garrig Marble, outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Make it a 2-0 count now. Garrig Marble, again, we'll be seeing him on the bump today.
Looked like a pretty decent pitch, just caught a little weird behind the home plate.
That one's in there for strike. 2-1 now with 2 outs and nobody on.
2-1 count, 3-hole hitter. Maybe go change up away right here, try to get a ground ball to the right side.
Outside. Now facing the 3-1.
Did stay away there, just a little bit too far off. He's not chasing.
And the pitch. Popped up. Dieter there. Makes the play for out number 3. Caden Dieter getting under it. So it's 3 up, 3 down. Mountain Crest leaves it scoreless through the top of the first. To the bottom of the first we go right after this.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
You can follow the game, but welcome back in, everybody. Bear River takes the field. Mountain Crest going to be stepping up here in the bottom of the first. We appreciate you joining us for the broadcast here on KSLSports.com.
Good little top of the first, 3 up, 3 down for the Mustangs. We'll see if they can keep it rolling here and get the bats going. Bear River looking to throw up a 0, get back in there and swing it again.
Stepping up to the plate first for the Mustangs, it's Caden Dieter, shortstop. Just barely made 2 big plays to get him out of the top of the first inning.
I went around.
Wind stopped blowing, it looks like. The flag is stagnant on the pole out there.
And here's the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1.
We'll see if Bear River can keep these bats rolling. Like I said, they threw up 11 yesterday against Desert Hills.
And in there, strike 1, evens the count at 1 apiece.
Good location there. Just nailed the outside corner. Great pitch.
Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2.
Tried to extend the zone there a little bit. See how much he can get. Fortunately, that was a little too far out.
Hard hit, grounder to third, can't field it cleanly. It's going to be a single for Caden Dieter on first here at the bottom of the first.
That's a tough play. He kind of just got caught in between hops there. As a third baseman, you kind of want to make that decision whether or not you're going to come and get that ball or you're going to drop back. With the leadoff hitter, it might have been a better decision to just come and charge that ball and come and get it and make the throw on the run. But he sat back, and it kind of ate him up a little bit. But
brings up J.C. Jones, first base for the Mustangs. And the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1.
Nobody out here, gone first. Good lead over there at first base.
Swing and a miss. The throw down to first. He goes into right field. Dieter takes off for second. He'll get there easily. He'll go to third. The pass ball puts Mountain Crest in scoring position with Dieter on third.
That's big right there for Mountain Crest. You want to get that first inning. You want to get a run across there in the first inning. So we'll see if they can execute this. Nobody out. Guy on third. Usually there's a lot of things you can do here. You got corners in, middle's a little bit back, so a ground ball to the middle is going to score him.
J.C. Jones looks at that one go by for ball number 2.
You can also, hit a sac fly out to the outfield. Outfielders are playing pretty deep right now.
Yeah. 2 quick errors for Bear River here. Caught the inside corner of the zone for strike 2.
That's a good pitch right there. Establish that inside corner, and then you can go away with it right here. Change the eye level a little bit, get it down and away. See what he goes with here.
Here's 2-2. Another inside. Brings it to a full count here. Zach Bradfeld on the mound.
You got to go with your best pitch right here. 3-2 count. You got to go for the strikeout. You don't want him putting anything in play right now.
Sends one ripping on a line, stays fair, takes a bounce off the wall, scores a run, he'll head for 2. And an easy stand-up double, RBI double for J.C. Jones.
And like I said, Mountain Crest is going to push that first run across, as we see here. Ball just left up a little bit and just drives it down the left field line. Good piece of hitting right there.
Andrew Nielsen now stepping up to the plate. He's got a runner on second.
Still nobody out here. Mountain Crest looking to keep it rolling.
Inside, got it in there for strike 1.
He's doing a pretty good job at establishing that inside corner. Not a lot of high school guys like to go inside. A lot of high school hitters looking to pull the ball. So usually you see him set up out, but he's just painting that inside corner.
Takes a look over to second. No one was there to cover the bag, but they'll reset here on the 0-1. Still no outs. Facing the third batter of the lineup with Andrew Nielsen in the batter's box. And he sends that one riding foul.
Just a bit early on that one.
Please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout.
Good contact, good spot in the bat.
0-2 now, looking to just put the ball in play and advance that runner over to third. Nobody out.
Here's the pitch. High. Jones over there on second. His leadoff is halfway to third.
Yeah, he's looking to move over on anything that's hit on the ground. Trying to get a good jump over there and make it so there's not even a play on him at third base.
Pitch goes behind him. Didn't hit him, went behind him. He stood still waiting to see if it would.
Looked like that might have been a slider or a curveball. Just didn't finish the pitch on that one. Left
maybe for the best. Had that broken down, he would have been the guy.
For sure.
Here's the 2-2. And he beamed the guy. Puts runners on first and second, still no outs.
And that's the hard thing about working inside. You're working on the inside corner of that plate, missing arm side, especially with 2 strikes on the hitter. They're going to be a little bit closer to the plate, just trying to foul pitches off and stuff. And unfortunately, runs it in there and gives him a free bag.
Maxwell Hornsby, catcher, lefty catcher. Looks at the first one go by for strike 1.
Continuing to hit that inside corner, lefty or righty. Doesn't seem like he's too afraid, even after hitting that batter right there.
And the pitch, high. Now facing a 1-1 count for Hornsby.
Nobody out here, 1-1 count. It doesn't look like he's going to bunt him over. You see a lot of teams that will do that. Guys on first and second with nobody out, especially this early in the game, but.
Here's the pitch, outside. Takes us to a 2-1. Still no outs, runners on first and second for the Mustangs. They've had 1 run come in to score.
Two-one count here, looking for something to drive on the inner half of the plate.
Hit down the left field line and foul into the bullpen area, or near the bullpen area.
Just a little bit behind it. He's probably looking for something a little more in, just fouled that one off. 2-2, got to protect here. Something in play, something in play.
Hit strong through the 5-6 gap. That's going to send Jones around from second. Stops runners at first and second, and he will be safe at home easily. The run goes. Nielsen makes his way all the way to third on the throw to home. And Maxwell Hornsby with the RBI single.
And there it is, shorten up, just put the ball in play when you get 2 strikes. That's the name of the game. Just good 2-strike approach there, gets a ball on the outer half, flicks the wrist, gets a nice little hit through the 5-6 hole there, scores a run for his squad.
Still no outs on the board, and 2 runs have scored here for Mountain Crest. The Mustangs take an early lead, and they're not looking like they're going to slow down here as Porter Budge comes up to bat.
Swinging it well here. They're stacking it on top of that game against Desert Hills. Mountain Crest just seeing the ball well this morning.
That's in there for strike 1. Yeah, this Mountain Crest team played one of the best games that I think we saw all day yesterday against Desert Hills. An 11-10 ball game. Kind of came down to the wire. The last batter up, bases were loaded for Desert Hills, and a strikeout led them to a game winner. As this one is popped up, shallow in the infield, and coming all the way over from third to make the catch. Good catch there by Easton Goodliff.
Yeah, that game last night against Desert Hills, back and forth all day long, as neither team was laying down and dying. Both of them fighting to stay alive, and Mountain Crest ended up on top after that one.
And again, this Bear River team gave us Bear River gave us a good game yesterday. Mountain Crest gave us a good game yesterday as well. And now both of them are fighting to stay alive here. And that one comes across, ball 1. Riley Maddock, DH at the plate. Outside.
Just a bit out. It's a good pitch right there. But this, the eyes on the Mountain Crest hitters are they're just not extending the zone. They're staying within themselves, looking for their pitch.
Well, it's worked out well for them. They've got contact on every single at-bat. High for ball 3. 3-0 count.
Striking a pop-up. That's what my college coach used to always say to me. Get into those 3-0 counts, throw a strike, get a pop-up, get yourself out of it.
Inside, that'll load up the bases.
Well, now you got to force. Now you got to force it. You got to force everywhere, so it doesn't hurt him too bad as long as he can get a ground ball here. I mean, you got a bunch of different ways you can go with the ball. Makes it a little bit easier on the infield. Just hoping not to give up a barrel right now.
Luke Palmer thought about that one, saw it going outside, held off of it. It's ball 1.
The eye on these Mountain Crest hitters. It's a good first pitch slider right there. Just taken.
Little high and outside. 2-0 count.
Very patient. Looking for something to drive here. 2-0 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Trying to get yourself a couple RBIs right now.
Marble, he's painting the zone. He's right there, but he just can't get it across for a strike now with another 3-0 count to Luke Palmer.
This is when he would opt for a strike and a ground ball here. Ground ball double play would be huge for Bear River right now.
Caught the outside corner, strike 1.
There it is. There's the strike.
Maybe a little momentum here now for Garrick Marble.
Go back to that same pitch, try and locate the same spot.
And it's high. They walk in a run. Quick mound visit coming up as well. Now that it's a 3-0 ball game and bases again, continue to be loaded.
Probably just going out there to settle him down, get him more in the zone.
We do have someone warming up in the bullpen already. So we'll see what the decision is here, but I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they just say, hey, settle in. We can come back from 3-0. You got a double play.
Exactly. You got one out right now. Get us a ground ball. We'll roll it up for you.
Yep.
There it is, the pat on the shoulder.
Yep.
Just need to leave him out there.
Just need a good off-speed pitch, something that get him swinging. The rotation brings it to a ground ball and make the double play.
He's got good bite on that slider. Just needs to make sure that he's finishing his pitch. He's just been kind of missing. He's just been missing up and in a lot to the right-handed batters with that slider.
Yeah, he's a little high, just a little high, and needs to get it to finish that drop. Wyatt Albrecht now coming up. And he's got bases loaded with only one out here. The pitch, that's in there.
Good pitch there on the inside corner. Staying inside with the fastballs. He's not afraid to go in.
And the pitch, fouled away, off the leg.
Off the foot.
That never feels good.
Feel good. Seems like he's wearing it like a champ, though.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of that yesterday. You know, I know it's common enough, right? But I swear there's one game where we saw it 5-6 times. Foul off the leg, fouled off the leg, fouled off the leg. And that can be anything but comfortable for sure.
A lot of guys nowadays wearing those leg guards, those Evo shields they throw on their leg to protect it. I know if I was still hitting, that's probably what I would be doing, because it does not feel good to foul one off of your foot or your leg.
Now and low and away, ball one. Now you just finished up some college ball.
Yep, just finished up. I was out at Academy of Art, and our season was over, and so just got home and get to come out here and watch some state tournament baseball. Nothing better than that.
And especially on a bright blue sky day like this. That one's hammered foul. And he'll stay alive with the 1-2.
Getting another fastball in there. Luckily, he was able to turn on it and spoil it away.
Again, this is Wyatt Albrecht up to bat right now for the Mustangs. 8th batter in the lineup. Timeout taken by Albrecht. No reset.
If he feels comfortable, I would suggest going with a nice little changeup on the outside corner.
Something to try to get him swinging hard at it.
Exactly, yeah.
A little too far outside. I think that might have been what he was intending to do, but it went a little further outside than he'd hoped.
Something off speed there. Like I said, he's just on his slider or his changeup. He's just not finishing his pitches there. That's why he's been up.
Got him swinging.
I guess it doesn't matter. Good high fastball there with 2 strikes.
Left field, number 16.
Trey Burbank now steps up to the plate. They're just looking for one more out. Bear River trying to lessen the damage here with bases loaded. 3 runs have already come across.
They'd love to get out of it right here.
And a good strike. Low outside corner for Marble.
Marble looks like he's starting to settle in a little bit. After the coach came out and talked to him for a little bit, settled him down.
Strong hit, right field line, foul by about 3 feet.
Just fighting that one off. Another good pitch on the outside corner there, too. Not much you can do with that. Just try and foul it off and hope to get a better one on your on the next one.
And the pitch. It's away.
Catcher set the glove up high on there, trying to get another swing and miss on the fastball, but it looks like he just pulled it down a little bit.
Here's the 1-2. It's low. Ball gets away from the catcher a little bit, but not enough to make runs move. Now a 2-2 count to Trey Burbank.
Nice slider right there, just a little bit too far down. These Mountain Crest hitters, they're just spitting on it.
Fouled away. Keeps it alive with the 2-2.
Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Burbank, left fielder, batting 9th in the lineup. Trying to keep the hitting streak going here. It's away, runner comes in. He'll dive head first for the plate and safe. Runners advance as well, putting them all in scoring position, leaving first base open. So now 4 runs in this first inning. All 4 of the first at-bats have come around to score. Caden Dieter, J.C. Jones, Andrew Nielsen, Maxwell Hornsby now have all come in to score. And Trey Burbank facing a full count. This one up right field, coming in on it. Second base doesn't get there. The ball falls into play. That brings in 2 more runs, and it's a double for Trey Burbank.
That's a tough one as a pitcher, you know. You get the pop-up, you think you're going to get out of the inning, and it just finds a hole, a little Texas leaguer right in there, in the Bermuda Triangle, right down the right field line. Tough play to make.
We've gone all the way through the lineup here in the first inning. Coach in the bullpen's looking up to the mound to see if they're going to get the call to bring the sub in.
Yeah, they'll bring him in.
And they take the ball away from Marble, so he's going to finish his day early. That's tough break, because this is a talented kid. We'll still see him in the lineup, in the batting lineup, but yeah, tough break for Marble. He's just facing a Mountain Crest team that's feeling it right now. They are putting runs on the board like crazy, and that's not just today. They've been doing it now for the last 2 days as well.
Yep, swinging it well, and then, you know, when you're hot, you get stuff like that falling in, and Mountain Crest just fueling off some of those hits right there. We got 3 hits and 6 runs. A couple of those runs were walks or hit by pitches.
Yep. Yeah. Let's head to a break as the pitcher warms up. 60 seconds, and when we return, we'll finish up the bottom of the first inning when we come back here on KSLSports.com.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
New pitcher up there on the mound for Bear River. And right now, Mountain Crest already 6 runs in. And on the mound right now is River Lish. So righty coming in from the bullpen. Just want to remind you can catch this game on KSLSports.com. This one is also being broadcast live on the radio on 104.9 The Ranch, 107.7 KLZX. So appreciate you listening on the radio and watching live on KSLSports.com as we are now ready to get back into the action. It's back to the top of the lineup. Caden Dieter stepping up to the plate. Dieter got to first off of an error, a strong hit over to third. He'll take a quick timeout.
John second here with 2 outs. River coming in, looking to hold that runner there.
And the first pitch is high.
Looked good in warm-ups.
Yeah, he was throwing stuff across the plate in warm-ups. It's always different when the batter steps in, though. There's the mind game that all of a sudden happens, right? You're not just playing catch. That time, some heater down the middle.
Yeah, you just gotta, I mean, it is a mental block for some pitchers. Hitter steps in there and you start thinking too much, but you just gotta try to focus in on that glove and hit your spots.
Hit over to short, and he fumbles the ball. Another error gets Caden Dieter on the base. This time it's an E6. Tough break. And no one was paying attention. He just took second.
I wasn't even paying attention for that one.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I saw someone running. It was him. So Dieter's on second. Now both runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Bringing up J.C. Jones, who had a double. Little high, ball 1.
Yep, just got extended in his last at bat. Line drive down the left field line. Got a couple more runners in scoring position. Looks to do it again.
Hard swing. He wanted all of that one. That was his pitch, a little high. Couldn't give it a ride.
I'll tell you right now, those high fastballs, they look like watermelons when they're coming in. I used to swing at those all the time. Never really hit them. But
they're tough to hit, but man, it just looks so tasty, doesn't it? Inside and high.
Yeah, it looks like a beach ball floating in, and then you always seem to be a little bit late on the high fastball, at least me.
Outside. It's a 3-1 count.
Losing it a little bit there. Arms just dragging behind the body a little bit, causing everything to pop up a little bit on him.
Here's the pitch. It's in there. He worked it to a full count. Now, I'm looking at the official board up there. They did not score that one in error against the shortstop for Caden Dieter. They did score it as a single and a hit. I don't know if that's the official scorebook, but I have it scored as an error. This one's up the elevator shaft, going high, shallow center. And there to make the grab at second base is Holden Potter. So that will now send us out of the first inning and retire the side as we head to the second when we come back here on KSLSports.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
tough break in the first inning there from Bear River, allowing 6 runs to score for Mountain Crest, and now a chance from Easton Goodliff as he'll step up to the plate, start off the top of the second inning.
6th spot in the first. It's tough to come back from, but you need to start chipping away now.
First pitch sends us on a ride out into left. It's going to get down. Should easily be a double as it bounces over the wall. It'll be a ground rule double.
And that is a good start for Bear River there. As, you know, gets a high fastball, drives it into left center.
Holden Potter now going to be up to the plate.
See if they can get that run in right here. Start to chip away from that 6-0 lead.
6 runs, not impossible to come back from if they can continue to hold Mountain Crest at bay. Just got to keep doing that, putting something in play. More contact. This one going shallow center. Can he get a drop on it? No. The play is made over at second from Luke Palmer.
Nice play by Palmer over there. Maybe I thought it was going to be another one of those Bermuda Triangle drops that's just going to get through, but Palmer did a good job at tracking back and securing the out there.
Sent foul. Calvin Carter up to bat right now. Center fielder. And the pitch. Swung on and missed.
Nice little slider there. Just swung right over the top of it. Good swing, though. Good swing. Had it been a fastball, I think he would have barreled it up there, but good change of speeds. Gets a strike, too.
Here's the 0-2. Hit over to second. Fielded well. The throw to first is there easily. The runner advances from second. So now Goodliff on third. 2 outs, and Riker Jepson will step up to the plate.
Kind of does his job there, moves him over. Now you got 2 outs. I mean, it could be worse, but, you know, now you got a pass ball. You score on a pass ball, so not terrible there. You'd hope for a hit, but that will help.
Rocked right up the middle, and the run comes in. Bear River now chipping away at that lead with 1 run across the board.
There it is. Bear River showing that they're not going to lay down and die here. Answering back.
Pitcher number 22, River Lish.
Good piece of hitting there, just going right up the middle with it. Get himself a nice RBI.
It's a little change to the lineup. River Lish now coming up to bat.
Yep, he came in for the pitcher earlier, so looks like he's taken his spot in the lineup as well.
Now facing a 1-1.
Hitting for yourself in high school, it's always tough. So much to worry about.
Outside. It's count of 2-1.
You're going into the dugout, thinking about sequencing, trying to figure out what you're going to throw the team, and then now you got to go up and get an at bat.
And now 3-1 count. Watching that one go by high. Two outs, runner on first. Got in there for the strike, full count.
3-2 count. Looking to put the ball in play, keep this inning alive.
Swung on right back to the pitcher. Hits the end of the glove. He's going to be on safe at first. That's a tough play to field.
That is tough. You know, as a pitcher, sometimes you want to think, you want to make every play, but maybe that one right there, you're better off just letting it get by and letting Dieter over there at shortstop just field that. Might be an easier play for him than it is for the pitcher, but you know, those instincts kick in and you want to field everything. So
yeah. This is now Buzz Roche. Here's the pitch, outside. One-0, high, make it a 2-0.
2-0 count here, looking for something meaty, looking for something to drive into the outfield.
Hits it right over to short. Flick over to second is there for out number 3. So, with 1 run scored, Bear River gets something on the board to go up against the 6 runs scored in the bottom of the first from the Mustangs. So it is now a 6-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second when we return here on KSLSports.com.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Welcome back here to UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah, our home for the remainder of the 4A State Baseball Playoffs. It's Caden Formaster here with you and Cannon Sechrist. Now, this is turning into a little bit of a battle after Bear River's able to get 1 run on the board. Mountain Crest just kind of pulled away in the bottom of the first. 6 runs running through that lineup fully with a couple extra batters on top. They faced 11 batters in that first. River Lish has come in from the bullpen and is ready to face off against the Mustangs here.
Yep, done a pretty good job out of the bullpen too. The Bears, it's big to answer back on those big innings. After you give up a 6 spot, I mean, I know they only got 1 run and they're still at a 5-run deficit, but it's good to answer back and keep the momentum going a little bit for your team.
Andrew Nielsen up to bat. And he's hit first pitch. He got hit his last at bat too, but you know, he's one of these kids too that his feet are about halfway across that chalk line.
And it looks like the umpire's down. It might have completely missed Benson's glove.
Can we get a replay on that over there, Dusty? So we can see what happened. Yeah, they're asking for some water as well.
They get him right in the leg.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. Oh, yeah. Got him, yeah. Looked like it hit him on the inside of the leg there. He's up. Athletic trainer Sean Norton out there making sure he's got some water. He's feeling all right. He just got the head nod. He asked him, "Are you okay?" He gave him the head nod and said, "Yeah." So I think just a little bit of a timeout for the umpire's sake.
You know, you think about umpiring, it's a tough job. You're getting yelled at all day by both coaches. The fans are chirping you. And then something like that happens, and
yeah,
then Clough, you're really feeling it.
Jeff Clough now out there and giving him a hard time, I guess. they're laughing about something down there. So Jeff Clough, one of the directors with the UHSAA, making sure that the umpires are set. You know, he wants to make sure that the umpires are healthy and that they are ready to provide a good baseball game too. You want to make sure that the umpires are doing the best they can, so especially that behind the plate umpire.
Yeah, well, it's a good sign they're laughing and joking about it. Seems like he'll be okay.
So we'll mark that as a hit by pitch on the batter and the umpire. How's that sound?
I don't know how that goes down in the book, but
I don't know.
I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah. Well, now it's a 2-0 count. Or excuse me, well, yeah, 2-0 count. It should be no, this is the next batter because the last one was hit by pitch, so it should just be a 1-0 count. The scoreboard on the screen up there, mistaken. There we go. They're getting it switched around. And make that a 2-0.
Just a bit up there. 2-0 count. Looking for his pitch here.
Still sitting at about 66 degrees here in Orem. It's a little warmer where we're at just because, you know, over here in the concrete of the stadium and facing the sun, the direct sunlight, maybe a little warmer here at the ballpark, but in the open air where the players are at, sitting at about 66.
They got us in a nice little cargo box up here at UVU.
You know, you say that, and you got to put emphasis on nice. It actually is a pretty decent facility.
The inside is really cool.
You know, that's kind of the thing nowadays. You can take these almost like a shipping container style things, and they stacked them in here, put some windows on them, and we got ourselves a good broadcasting spot today. That one gets across the plate for strike.
Drywall, everything's all divided up. It's a cool little spot in here. This field is just amazing. I remember the last time I was out here, it was all grass when I was playing in high school.
Yeah, last time I was here, it was all grass. They've changed it up to a full turf field, and I'm not sure when that change was made, just within the last few years. I know it's been somewhat recently. Now, with Maxwell Hornsby facing a 3-1.
Yeah, I want to say they've had the turf for about 2 years, maybe, because last year the state tournament was at Dixie State, or Utah Tech.
Yeah, they were just making the change. That's funny you mentioned that. So, last year, when we were broadcasting the baseball game, because that's ball 4, and he'll find his way over to first. Last year, when we were broadcasting baseball for state baseball, they were changing the on the football stadium at Utah Tech University. They were changing their big old signage from Dixie State to Utah Tech. So the big change happening just last year.
Yeah, that was. It's been a little bit hard.
Especially
Utah Tech,
especially for us that are from Southern Utah, you know. And I went to college at Dixie State, and the change has been made obviously since then. So when people ask me where I went to school, it's gonna the longer we're connected to Utah Tech, the longer that it's, you know, it's like, well, did I go to Utah Tech or did I go to Dixie State? You know,
so is that what you tell people? You tell them you went to Dixie State?
Yeah, I say I went to Dixie State, now Utah Tech. That's how I tell people.
Okay.
You know. Bunt down to the third base. Throw over to first. No one's covering the bag. There's no throw to first.
Just a mishap on Bear River's defense. Nobody at first base. The bunt was hard down the third base line. They definitely had time. If there's somebody at first, I think they get an out right there.
And now bases are loaded.
Nobody covering.
Pitch is high. Riley Maddock up to bat. Now the scoreboard up there had one out, and now it's gone. I didn't remember there being an out.
Yeah, so they had
they had one out up there for a long time.
I put it on there because I thought maybe I missed something.
No, and I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is our fourth batter of the inning, and there's 3 on the bases. So, so the scoreboard operator was a little slow on that one. But now it's a 2-0 count to Riley Maddock.
We started with the hit by pitch. Nielsen got hit by the pitch.
Yep, Hornsby with the single.
He's at third.
And another hit by pitch. That'll bring in the run. Just grazed him. And now Luke Palmer will step up. He walked his last at bat. The on-base percentage right now for Mountain Crest is insane.
A lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches, and they got 5 hits too.
Yep, they've had a couple of errors.
Bear River just, I mean, like I said, they're establishing that inside corner, but they're just, Mountain Crest is just right on top of the plate. And how many hit by pitches do we have today? Is it 2?
That
3?
is 3. 3 hit by pitches through 1 full inning, and now still no outs here in the second. With bases loaded and Luke Palmer up to bat. His last at bat again. He got walked, came all the way around to score. That one catching the bottom of the zone. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Dialed it in. Still inside. This time for a strike.
River Lish for Bear River on the bump. Second pitcher we've seen here today. For those just tuning in. Inside pitch and a little high for ball 1.
Looked like a curveball or a slider there. A little bit slower than the heater. Still missed arm side a little bit on it.
This one fouled away, looking to go towards the bullpen. Now we'll be facing a 1-2 count here for Luke Palmer.
1-2 count. I know I've been saying it a lot. Ball in play right here. Make something happen. You got the infield in. Squeak something through. Get an RBI, maybe 2.
Well hit. It's going to fall in a gap. That'll bring in a couple of runs. He'll stop at first. The throw to third. It's overthrown. He's going to go for it. He's got to get down. He gets down. The ball's away. He's going to make it all the way around. Cleared the bases.
Wow.
All of the bases cleared. They were loaded. 4 more runs now for Mountain Crest off of 2 missed thrown balls. And Bear River is, again, now in a predicament facing an 11-1 ball game.
This one is hard to come back from, I'll be honest here. I know we're only in the second inning. Still got no outs now.
Wow. Check out the replay here. Again, the throw coming in from right field to third. It was high, and the batter, or the runner, I should say, he's just looking for the bag. Third base had to try to get around him and couldn't. And then the throw to the catcher is just a little off target. That brings Palmer all the way around the bases. I don't know if I call it an inside the park home run or not. Some errors made along the way, but hey, anytime you're at bat and you clear the bases without anyone else coming up, I mean, call it whatever you want to. It is a great play for Mountain Crest.
There was a few errors in there, but yeah, I mean, bases loaded there. Big for Mountain Crest.
This is Wyatt Albrecht coming up. Now facing a quick count of 0-1. Sends that one deep and foul.
Land on the road over there? Or did that stay in? Ball's hit well. Wherever it landed,
might have landed in their landscaping area over there where they got their tractors and traffic cones and whatnot. Sends this one on a high pop-up. It could fall. Instead, left field is there to make the grab. Coming over is Colton Summers.
Good play out there.
Left fielder, number 16.
For the first out.
Burbank.
And Trey Burbank. And that's the thing. You just have to get outs, right? At this point, just get outs when you can take them. And out number 1 of the second inning. Tough break right now for Bear River, fighting a major uphill battle now, allowing 11 runs through 1 1/3 innings now. Another one fouled away.
It's tough you know, when you can't really find the zone, but also your defense not helping out a ton over there. And so you're trying to do your best on the mound and trying to strike these guys out, but you know, a lot of free bases. We have 3 hit by pitches.
Yeah, and this is a different ball game if the defense doesn't make the 4 errors. I've marked it 5 errors that they've already made. One of those was, again, the officials marked it as a hit, but it was bobbled. The throw was never made. I mean, call it what you want again, but yeah. Now facing a 1-2. Trey Burbank. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. Burbank stays alive.
Up on the mound right now, just take a deep breath. Relax up there. Zone in, hit that catcher's glove.
And I do understand the stress of it all, as this is a full count now. This is an elimination game, right? Winner moves on, loser goes home. This is a tough position to be in for both of these teams. And also, Mountain Crest, if they do continue to go on and win this game, you have to remember whoever wins this game is playing a doubleheader. And we'll walk over to first.
Yep, whoever wins this one, they'll play Snow Canyon, right? Is that how it works?
I believe that's correct. Yeah, winner plays Snow Canyon. And then the next ball game between Crimson Cliffs and I believe Green Canyon, the winner of that game will go on to play Dixie.
Yep, you are right.
So now runner on first, 1 out. Caden Dieter back up. This is his 3rd at bat in 2 innings.
First pitch breaker for a strike there. Good to switch it up a little bit. You know, sometimes when your fastball is not working, you don't have the location. It's good just to flip something in there. Try and get you settled back down.
Outside. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
See, what I would even go back to the slider right here again. You got it over for a strike. 1-1 count. He's probably looking for a fastball. So if you can just throw me a get me over slider.
That's what he looked at right there.
It is.
Got it.
Throw it again.
Man, it's like you've pitched or something. Calling pitches out there, huh?
Something like that.
I always love it when the players make you look really smart on a broadcast and they do exactly what you say you think they should do. It's the best feeling in the world. Little inside. I don't mind that on the 1-2. You can give him something a little sloppy, see if he'll go chasing it.
I can't imagine you'd feel too good, though, if you would have thrown a slider there and would have given up a home run. I don't know if I would have.
No, I wouldn't have liked that. That one foul. You know, in that 1-2 situation, I personally, I like him to go a little outside. That's when batters like to chase something.
Mm-hmm.
Going inside, I guess it's up to the batter's preference where you like it, if you like it inside or outside, but maybe that's where scouting comes into play. And I know at the high school level, that's not necessarily the case. You're not going to scout the lineup too much, but yeah, kind of just depends. Sends this one rocketing into right field and sliding, making the grab out there. Beautiful play, by the way, out there in right field by Riker Jepson.
Nice little sliding play out there. Take a hit away.
Playing first base, number 4, J.C. Jones.
And now J.C. Jones comes back up. His last at-bat was a pop fly that second base was able to wrap up for out number 3 of the first inning. But his first at-bat was an RBI double. First pitch is low and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, like you were saying, and extending that with the 1-2, 0-2, extending and going away. I think a lot of, at least high school hitters, they're looking for the pitch in, looking for something to pull. And so the pitch away, you can usually get away with. Especially 0-2, 1-2. Try and get him to chase.
And now it's a 2-0 for J.C. Jones. And Jones is a big, strong kid, too.
Yes, he is. That line drive he had in the first.
Hard hit right to third base. They'll take the throw to second for out number 3.
Another good piece right there. That one had some exit velo on it, I'm sure.
So that will do it for the second inning as we head to the top of the third here from UCCU Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Stick around with us on KSLSports.com.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Top of the third inning here from Utah Valley University, home of the Wolverines. Now, Cannon, you said you've had the opportunity to play this ballpark before in its grass days in Utah. Do you have a favorite ballpark that you've played at in Utah?
I think this park for me had a lot of nostalgia. This is where we played the state tournament my senior year. We played in the state championship against Dixie. I'm sure a lot of people remember that ball game. That was the game that Cooper Vest, BYU guy, hit that walk-off 3-run home run against us.
Yeah. You know, we asked Cooper Vest, who's on the broadcast with us on Monday for a Dixie game, and asked him, what's the most memorable thing from your high school career? And it wasn't necessarily the walk-off. It was just the fact that the team won a state championship.
Mm-hmm. Very humble kid. I like Cooper. He's a little bit younger than me. I think he was a freshman when he did that. But he's a good ball player for sure.
Zach, I was just going to mention Zach Bradfield on the mound right now. He's got a pretty quick pace. He's now worked the count full for Colton Summers.
Started out 3-0, got a couple strikes crossed. Looking to come all the way back.
Yeah, those Vest boys, Boston Vest, playing for Dixie right now. Some good baseball athletes. This one off
good
the end
blood.
of the bat, popped up, will be fielded easily over there at first base. For out number 1, J.C. Jones on it.
Starts it off 3-0, comes all the way back, gets a nice little easy pop-up.
Number 17,
Bradfield looking pretty good right now. But yeah, I remember I was playing first base when that happened. He hit it right over right field. I just remember turning around. Actually, I didn't even turn around. As soon as he hit it,
you were just like, yep.
Dropped my head, and I was like, well,
guess we're... Yeah.
Yeah.
Over to second, throw to first. Fielded well and easily by Luke Palmer, and that's out number 2. Quick 2 up, 2 down.
First baseman, number 26, Garrick Marble.
Now Garrick Marble comes up. Pulled early back in the first inning from the mound after allowing 6 runs to come across. And it's a tough position to be in, especially for this lefty that's talented.
Yeah. I'm not sure on the re-entering rules. I didn't know he could come back in after they pulled him.
Well, so what's interesting is River Lish ended up taking the spot of first baseman and Deegan Rigby to bat 8th in the lineup. But the DH is Buzz Roche. So we'll see how they fiddle with the rest of it from here on out as Marble sends this one high. Out of play, maybe? No, the catch is made.
great catch down the left field line there. Went a long way for that ball and caught it right in front of the bullpen fence down there. Good play by Burbank down there in left.
That could be our defensive play of the game by Burbank. So that will do it for the top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go here shortly. Appreciate you guys watching on KSLSports.com, listening on 107.7 and 104.9. And we'll be back for more from UCCU Ballpark.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
It's an 11-1 ball game here where the Mustangs lead over the Bears. And the Mustangs getting back to Andrew Nielsen. This will be his third at-bat. He's been hit by pitch twice. So he's 0 for 0, but he's been on base twice. I know that a lot of these guys, they're baseball guys. They don't care if they get hit by a pitch. As long as they get on base, they're probably happy. Most of them probably just want to get a good rip in a double, right? But you got to be just happy getting on base.
Especially during the state tournament, you're just trying to manufacture runs as much as you possibly can. So, I mean, maybe in like a region game, you maybe get out of the way of a pitch or something. Yeah. But here, you're just trying to get on first base. I mean, any way you can.
Do you ever hear that from the coaches too? As a player, does the coach ever say just wear it? Just if that's coming at you, just turn the shoulder and wear it?
Oh, especially in college baseball. I played at CSI and College of Southern Idaho, and they would be upset. And I'd seen some guys get pulled because they moved out of the way of a pitch.
It's like, Coach, that was headed for my head, and he says, "You're wearing a helmet, aren't you?"
The head shots are a little bit different. You can move out of the way of those. Maybe try and throw a shoulder up into it.
But if it's headed for the leg, just let it go for you.
Yeah.
It's a 1-1 count now, early here to Andrew Nielsen.
Now, the worst is when you're playing College of Southern Nevada and they got somebody that's throwing low mid-90s and they come in on you.
It's different when you get that pitcher that's throwing high 80s.
Yeah.
The low 90s, there's a difference. There's a big jump, it seems like, from 80s to 90s.
Mm-hmm. But I can attest to it. Getting hit is never fun.
No. So my baseball days only really took me through Little League in my early teenage years, and then I got into running track and stuff. But I have a picture. This one's fouled away. I have a picture from Little League All-Stars, and I was playing against, believe it or not, the Snow Canyon Little League All-Star team, and I got beamed in the back of the leg, and my entire back of my leg was just purple for days.
Yeah, that's rough.
And I have a very proud picture of it somewhere. I don't know where that picture is, of me just proving that I got a nice, solid, baseball-sized bruise.
I think my worst hit by pitch was we were playing Lehigh.
Fouled away.
We were playing Lehigh, and the dude was throwing upper eights. Came in on me, and I just had no time to move. Hit me right in the forearm.
Ooh, right on the bone there, huh?
And I thought it was broken. But luckily it wasn't. But after that, I was like, all right, like, unless we really need it, I'm probably going to be moving. I'm going to be moving out of the way.
Well, so far, Andrew Nielsen is staying strong at his at-bat. 2-2 is the count. Sends that for a ride. A line drive into left field. It'll get him on first base. He'll go for 2. Be there easily, knowing they're covering the bag. So an easy double for Andrew Nielsen. And gets this Mountain Crest team on the board, or on the bags early here in the 3rd inning.
Good piece of hitting right there. Lish just left that ball up a little bit, and Nielsen made him pay with a double in the left center field gap.
Maxwell Hornsby. Hornsby's 1 for 1. Single and a walk.
First pitch strike there. Not much you can do with that pitch. Good pitcher's pitch. When you swing at that, you're probably going to hit a little ground ball. Maybe you get it through the 3-4 hole, but
not a good pitch there again.
As you can tell by that swing, he's looking to do a little bit more than just hit a little ground ball in the 3-4 hole.
Right. Still no outs on the board, only the second batter. Lish with the throw inside, ball gets away. Nielsen heads to 3rd.
There he is there for him. 1-2 count, easy opportunity for an RBI here. Just need to put the ball in play. Choke up. Got infield in. So you're probably going to have to get one through. Looking to hit something up in the air. Get something to the outfield to get this RBI in.
This is one of those situations kind of like we had before where just a little blooper into shallow outfield. This one's hit hard but fielded it short. They'll keep the runner on 3rd and make the out of 1st.
Good job by Marble over there at shortstop. Fielded the ground ball, looked him back to 3rd, and then throws it over there in time to get the out at first base.
This is what Bear River needs to do if they want to get back into it. Now they have 1 out on the board. No one has come around to score yet. They do have a runner in scoring position for Mountain Crest, but if Bear River can just keep the play and get some outs here, they'll be set, as this one's fouled away off the leg.
Lish is keeping it down, which is good. Trying to get ground balls right now. With the infield in, you don't want to have anyone hit a sac fly here. So keeping the ball down is going to be the breadwinner here.
High over to left field. He's there to make the play. So Colton Summers makes the play. The tag up run comes in.
At that point, you know, scores 11-1 at that point. Maybe if the game was a little bit closer, you're into later innings, maybe you let that ball drop down the line. But here you're just looking for outs. And it was in foul territory, so if you let that drop, it was pretty deep too.
Good strike there by Lish.
Good decision. Good decision to make that play. Although they do get the run.
This is designated hitter Riley Maddock. Ooh, got him off the foot. He was hit by pitch his last at-bat too, so now Nielsen's been hit twice and Maddock has been hit twice.
2 ball magnets. Bear River's not afraid to go in. They've been throwing there the whole game, both lefties and righties.
Well, both of those batters, in Nielsen and Maddock, they like to crowd that plate a little bit. They like to get up close and personal with it.
Well, it's working for them, so.
An inside pitch.
There they go
Palmer.
Again.
Now remember, Palmer had that beautiful hit in the outfield. Made it all the way around, cleared the bases. They were loaded up for him, cleared them all. Sends this one foul down the third base line.
Helped by a few throwing errors, but nonetheless, it was a good piece into right center field. Bear River threw the ball around a little bit, and he was able to circle around those bases.
Hard hit up the middle. Fielded at second, throw to first for out number 3. Nice little 4-3 play to round out the inning. And the damage is lessened a little bit this inning. Only 1 run came across the score. So you'll take it. Bear River's got to still fight that uphill battle. It's 12-1 here on KSLSports.com. Stick around for more coming up next.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
It's the top of the 4th inning at UCCU Ballpark, Utah Valley University. Beautiful day today as we're now getting closer to that 70-degree mark, and you can't ask for better spring baseball. Last year, down in southern Utah, St. George, it was about 100 degrees. We were facing 100-degree weather those days, and yeah, I think a lot of people are pretty happy to get up here in the mountain air where it's a little cooler.
Oh, yeah. Trying to find, everyone was crowded in those shade spots down at Utah Tech, just trying to get out of the sun a little bit, get out of the heat.
Now I saw an invention down there I don't think I've seen before, and it's beautiful. It's great for a hot summer day like that. You got a 5-gallon bucket, filled it with water, and a fan that they clipped onto the top of the bucket that would suck water through, and it created a mister using the bucket of water as its source of water. Brilliant. I love it. It was portable. I'm like, hey, I need one of those for these hot summer days in St. George, Utah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, just went down to Lowe's, got it at Lowe's. I'm like, all right, well. Fouled away on the 0-1, make it an 0-2 for Easton Goodliff.
Yeah, you don't really need that up here. Good weather up here. Still got the snow on the mountains.
Yeah, you can see in the shot right there, the mountains with the snow cap on them. UVU, a beautiful campus. This one goes foul. A very connected campus. If you've never been through the campus, it's all connected by hallways. You don't have to go outside to go to your classes. Everything is all connected through hallways. So it's kind of an interesting setup that they have where you can kind of get everywhere without having to go outside. But it makes it crowded. I'll tell you that. The crowded hallways. It's a popular school. A lot of people come here.
It's probably nice in the wintertime when it's snowing up here, not having to go outside.
Yeah, just have to walk from the car.
Drop third strike. He tags him out there.
The second baseman, number 3, Holden Potter.
And a good way to start the top of the 4th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Now Holden Potter up to bat. That pitch is outside for ball 1.
Extends the zone there.
A little high. Again, that's one that we were talking about earlier where as a batter you don't like laying off of those, but you should.
Mm-hmm.
He took the right route, laid off of it, and now he's facing a 3-0.
I always I put my hands at the top of the zone.
So you knew if it's under the hands.
Exactly.
If it's under the hands, it's a strike. I like that idea.
Below the hands, got to be swinging.
And he's swinging to that one below the hands. That'll drop in for a base hit. Holden Potter gets on base.
Little 3-1 pitch down the middle. Squares it up. Good hard line drive back up the middle. Good piece of hitting. Didn't try to do too much with it. It's a nice little single up the middle there.
Now Calvin Carter will step up. Last at bat, grounder to second. And takes his first pitch for strike one.
Good first pitch there.
Hard hit, third base, double play. Maybe it's thrown into the outfield. He'll round third. Coach puts the brakes on him at third, and an error will put runners on first and third now for Bear River.
I think that ends up being a throwing error is what I would imagine.
I would say it's a throwing error, not a fielding error. He gets on with the single, but the runner advances to third off of the error, is what I would say, correct?
I don't think so. I think it's a fielder's choice.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, he could have fielded that and just gone straight to first. He was trying to get the 2 outs there.
Right. Then maybe they don't give him any sort of error at all. I wouldn't be surprised here to see Carter over at first, try to take off for second. See if they can't get him making mistakes, send that run from third home. A little high and inside. Catcher knows what's going on, though. He keeps looking down at first, making sure that he knows that he's there.
Looking for a back pick. That's what I would imagine. Looking for him to get off a little bit too much. Maybe a little signal from the first baseman over there. A little signal from Jones.
Strong hit into center. He's there to make the grab. Runner tags from third. Headed for home, and he'll get there safe. And Holden Potter finds his way all the way around the bags.
Yeah, probably just looking down there at first for any back pick opportunity on an aggressive runner.
So now Deegan Rigby steps up. Now remember, this is where River Lish came in, and he must have just been a pinch hitter for that inning alone, and they've brought him back to the regular lineup of Deegan Rigby. Here's the pitch. Good hit. Shallow left. That'll send runs moving. Now on first and second.
Good hit right there. Just a little bit out in front of it, but was able to extend his hands and flick one over in the 5-6 hole, just right into left field.
And now Buzz Roach steps up with 2 outs. 1 run is scored. Now remember, they have to be within 10. There's a swing and a miss there.
That comes in in the 5th inning,
in
right?
The 5th inning, yep. Right now, it being in the top of the 4th. Through the top of the 5th, they have to at least get within that mark of 10. Mountain Crest could then come back in the bottom of the 5th, and if they score runs and make it more than 10, then it would be game over. But Bear River just trying to stay alive and give themselves maybe an extra inning or 2, try to make up some ground.
Love to get a couple more runs right here, a good base knock, score another run, just to stay in that under that 10-run that 10-run deficit.
Yeah, just be some insurance runs if they can. Here's the pitch. Hard hit to third. The tag is made.
It's a big-time play over there by Nielsen. Tough. He got in between the hops and just bodied it up and was able to make that tag over there on the runner Carter for the final out.
So that will be it for the 4th, top of the 4th, as we go down to the bottom. Mountain Crest seeing if they can extend that 10-run lead when we come back on KSLSports.com.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Pride Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Welcome back here for the State Baseball Championships at Utah Valley University. We were at BYU for the first 2 days, now over here at Utah Valley, and both ballparks have treated us very well. I think both of them are great venues, and Utah County's got to be lucky to have them.
No doubt. We got a nice little mini fridge in here, keeping some drinks cold.
That's right.
Some free Mountain Dews.
Yeah,
we're all get myself one.
We're all set up. We're set up in here. We've got a lot of the fans right now sticking a little higher up in the shaded areas for the time being.
Those UV rays are cooking right now.
That's right. Wyatt Albrecht leading off. Takes the first one down low for ball one. Albrecht struggling at the plate. He hasn't got on yet. 0 for 2. Now facing a 2-0 count.
A lefty on lefty matchup right here.
That one comes into the zone. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Maybe a little bit of a nick on it. Send it foul.
Good cut right there. Looked like it was something off speed. Just really trying to sit back on it. 2-1 off speed pitch. It's not really what you're expecting.
And there is a new pitcher on the mound as well. Is this one? Good contact. Diving catch is made in center. Calvin Carter.
Another great play out there in the outfield. Got a good jump on it and was all over that baseball.
Left fielder, number 16, Trey Burbank.
Carter brings up Trey Burbank.
Carter just man in center field out there.
Again, the lefty on the mound, Kellen Hess for Bear River, comes out of the bullpen, take over for Lish. First pitch outside. And the 1-0 inside pitch gets away from the catcher. No one on base, so no damage really done there. Now facing a... No, they have it marked as a 1-1. Did he call that first one a strike?
I think
no, the umpire just held up 2-0, so the board was incorrect.
I thought it was a little bit inside.
That one's there.
Another good pitch there. The 2-0. Can't fall down 3-0 there, so.
And a swing and a miss. It's strike two.
Just swinging right through it.
Fouled away. You got it? Oh.
If the window was open, I might have snagged it.
Could have taken a step back and grabbed that one. If we weren't in the box, it would have been like right there, you know, just put the hand back and pull it in.
Might have ripped my headset out, but.
Swing and a miss. It's strike three. Good pitch by Hess.
Nice little changeup right there. Just dropped right below the bat. Changeups are tough pitches to hit. I mean, when they're coming in, it looks exactly like the fastball, and it's just, you know.
And just puts on the
8
brakes.
miles an hour, 10 miles an hour slower, and it's just all of a sudden you think you're going to hit it, and then
you're too far ahead of it, yeah. Here's the pitch. Inside.
Good spot right there. I like that pitch. Missed a little bit, but.
And this is back to the top of the lineup with Dieter as he's now facing a 1-1 count.
Hess is doing a great job working both sides of the plate. The first one was in, the second one's down and away. Goes away again.
Now this one heading into right field. It'll be there, out number 3. So a quick 3 up, 3 down. That's kind of what Bear River was hoping for. Something to at least just not get runs on the board. And they were able to accomplish that goal today here in the 4th inning. So we go to the 5th inning where Mountain Crest, if they can get 3 outs, no runs across the board, this game will be wrapped up and Mountain Crest will move on to face Snow Canyon. We'll see what happens when we come back.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Top of the 5th inning here, Mountain Crest leads 12-2 over Bear River. And right now, Mountain Crest with a solid part of the lineup that they're going to be facing off against. Now it's the top of the lineup with Colton Summers at bat. So this is a part of the lineup Bear River is going to be looking forward to seeing. Step into the batter's box with now Summers facing a quick 1-1.
Need to get one across right here if they want to keep going.
It's 2-1 now. Here's the pitch. Hard hit. Shortstop trying to make the play. Safe.
That was bang over there at first base. Good play. Good play by Dieter over there at shortstop again. He's got showing off the range and pretty good arm over there, throwing off balance.
Yeah, it was a good play at shortstop. The thing just couldn't make the throw over there. It's a long throw, and Summers just able to run it out. Now Talon Marble will step up. And looks at the first one for strike 1. This top of the lineup struggling a little bit here today for Bear River. They've gone 3 up, 3 down twice now in the top of the lineup. But Colton Summers making a difference, getting on first to start things off early. And this one's ripped up the middle. They're looking to rally here. They got runners on first and second. No outs.
Just stringing it together. That's how it's done. Got to score a run here, so Bear River doing a decent job here with those first 2 batters, putting the ball in play, making stuff happen, get a nice little infield hit, and then a nice line drive up the middle. It's a good start for him.
Garrick Marble fouls this one away. Here's the 0-1. Another one fouled away. Banging off the rafters up top.
0-2 now. Don't want to go down. Don't want to strike out here. Looking to put the ball in play.
Another one fouled away. Same spot. Just about. Woo. Something got hit.
We get something over there?
I don't know. Something got hit over there. There's a nice little crash going on. Sends this one into play. It's going into left field. There to make the catch, though, and get out number 1. It's Trey Burbank.
Well, he put the ball in play. I thought maybe it was going to get down, but Burbank ranged over there into the gap to get that one and secure the out.
That brings up Easton Goodliff. He was on the mound yesterday for Bear River. And the pitch. And he went. Strike 1. 2 more outs and this ball game could be over if Bear River doesn't get any runs on the board. They need one of those 2 to come across and score to have some chances to stay alive. And that could do it as that one's sent into center field. The runner's told to put on the brakes and stop. Maybe for the best. It could have been a close play. But now bases are loaded with only 1 out.
Yeah, it would have been a close one at home. It was a good throw. So maybe in the end it was a good thing that they held him over there at third base.
And now Holden Potter comes up to the plate. He had a single his last at bat. And he sends this one ripping in. We're at least getting a bottom of the 5th. 1 run scores. The second run coming in. He'll be there. And he'll dive into second as well.
Bear River really starting to show some life here. Really just putting together good at-bats, staying up the middle, staying with their approach, and throwing a couple more runs up on the board there. They're not going down without a fight.
Not at all. 2 outs, and that's a 12-4 ball game. We have the replay for you here. As Calvin Carter takes the first pitch for a ball. The throw downs from center. Pitcher can't field it cleanly. The 2-run score. And foul away. So now Calvin Carter facing a quick 1-1 count.
Thanks to that bobble there by Jones, the first baseman, Potter was able to move up to second too. Stay away from that force. Second and third, 1 out. 2-1 count.
Calvin Carter takes a hard swing at a high fastball.
Chases it up. Probably would have been a ball, but like I said, like we've been saying all day,
yeah,
it looks like a beach ball coming in up there.
Ooh, good eye on that one. Works it to a full count.
Almost offered at it. Good pitch there. I like that sequencing. You got the high fastball, and then you change the eye level with a down and away slider.
Pitch. Ooh, high. It'll walk him. Let's load up the bases for Riker Jepsen. Still only 1 out on the board. This is what Bear River wanted to do. They wanted to create some runs. They've done that. They've created a couple of runs here, 3 of them.
Putting a little bit of pressure on Mountain Crest.
2 of them, I should say. Excuse me, 2 of them. 2 runs.
Yeah, I think they got it wrong up on the scoreboard.
They do. It's 4 total. They have it as 3 in the 4th and 1 in the 2nd. It technically was, well, I guess have we batted all the way? Yeah, well, they had 1 in the 4th. They haven't put any up there for the 5th. They should have been putting those on the 5th or putting them in the 4th inning.
Yeah, we got it. We got it right on ours.
Our scorebook is right. Yeah. So 1 run in the 2nd, 1 run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th.
The right fielder, number 2.
They're going to leave Bradfield out there, so you can get out of this this mess. Ground ball, double play ball.
Well, Bradfield's pitched a really good game, and this is a tough position to be in because right now you're day 3, so a lot of your pitchers, maybe even some of your better pitchers, have made it through some of the rounds already, right? And you also have to remember, hey, you were playing another game today if we win. So who do you have coming up next? They want to save some arms, so they want to let him just finish it off.
No doubt.
Hard hit to shortstop. It's fielded cleanly. The throw over to second is there, but a run will score. So 1 more out on the board. Good lift comes across and scores. Holden Potter advances to 3rd. Carter's out at 2nd. And Riker Jepsen at 1st.
Wasn't hit quite hard enough to get that double play ball. Did a good job of getting 1, Mountain Crest. Still got a good lead on the game.
Just missed the zone for ball 1. This is Hess, who's in. He sends it over to second base. The flick to shortstop for out number 3. And with that, out number 3, Mountain Crest. If they get 3 runs on the board, this game will be over. If not, we go to the 6th. But now to the bottom of the 5th we go here on KSLSports.com. Stick around.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
(12-5), Mountain Crest leads Bear River with a great run. They're in the top of the 5th inning, getting 3 runs on the board. Able to make this a 5-12 ball game. And now J.C. Jones is going to be leading off here in the 5th. If Mountain Crest gets 3 runs, this game will be over with. Mountain Crest will move on. If they can't get those 3 runs across this inning, we'll head to the top of the 6th. J.C. Jones, first pitch, strike 1.
Bear River did a good job at answering and staying in this ball game last inning, putting up 3.
Count is 1-1. They check the swing with the umpire down there on the right field line. He says he's safe.
No swing.
That was a full-on swing. He chased that one low and away.
Hess has a good feel for that changeup. That thing's just dropping right out of the zone, throwing it down and away. It's tough to hit as a right-handed hitter.
Got him again. Same pitch. This time a little more inside. Man, Bear River's feeling the momentum, too. Mountain Crest had it all, and Bear River still has a very, very large mountain to climb with it being a 12-5 ball game, but they have the momentum right now on their side to try to make something happen. Rocked foul, solid contact from Andrew Nielsen.
Yeah, the Bears down a bit, but they definitely have the momentum coming off that 3-run inning in the 5th, and Hess has just been dominant on the mound since he's came in.
This one a little grounder foul. Now, you mentioned earlier in the broadcast that this is a hitter's dream out there in left field, and you notice it does cut back in a lot to that left field foul pole. That one was low and away on the 0-2.
Haven't seen much out there, though. I mean, everything has kind of been hit up right up the middle.
Yeah,
everyone's just been staying in center field and
sends this one on a rocket out to left. It's got a chance. Goodbye. Andrew Nielsen with the solo shot.
That ball was crushed out there. He didn't need that. Didn't need left field. He didn't have to go straight down the left field line for that one. He had enough juice to get that out in the gap, and that ball was just tatered.
Let's check out the replay from Andrew Nielsen's home run here. The solo shot. This is when he wishes J.C. Jones could have gotten on base. Could be a 2-run homer. Here's the replay for you. Just all the contact in the world on that one, and sends it rocketing. Heads right over that kudos sign in left center field.
Did not miss that pitch whatsoever. Hess has done a really good job when he stayed down in the zone, but
no,
he leaves it up a little bit, and you see what happened. Nelson crushing it.
Now Maxwell Hornsby facing a
calls time. Batter was not ready as Hess was about to deliver the pitch.
And the pitch inside, got him. That even got the umpire again, too.
It's getting beat up back there.
That puts a runner on. Tying run, or I shouldn't say tying run, the winning run. Stepping up to the plate in Porter Budge.
Running at first base, number 23, Eli Iverson. Now batting the center fielder, number 3.
Speed up runner out there on first. Iverson is a speed up runner and a swing and a miss by Budge.
Good pitch there. Hess working it down again. That's where he needs to stay if he's going to be effective. It's hard to hit that.
Yeah, when that is dropping on him, that's a tough hit. Tough pitch to hit. Inside. It's a 1-1 count now.
Want to be careful over there at first. We haven't seen a pickoff from Hess. You know, sometimes it's a little bit tough to see whether or not he's delivering home or if he's going to pick off. A lot of lefties have some really nasty moves.
They do. Lefties are tough. Are you a righty or lefty hitter?
I am a right-handed hitter, or I was.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about being a right-handed hitter going up against a left-handed pitcher, but they can be crafty. Mm-hmm. They can be crafty. High. And it's a 2-2 count.
Especially when a lefty has a really good changeup. I mean, and Hess definitely has that good changeup working for him. But changeups are just tough to see, and when the ball's moving away from you as a right-handed hitter, if someone has a good changeup, you got no shot. You got no shot.
Yeah, that one high, couldn't stay off of it. Struck him out.
Designated hitter, number 13,
Riley Maddox steps up. 2 outs. 1 run is scored. It's a 13-5 ball game here with Mountain Crest on top. Or blasted the game by Andrew Nielsen with the solo shot home run. And only our 3rd home run of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we've had all the other games up to this point at BYU, and BYU was just a graveyard out there. Anything was getting hit, and it was just dying.
Fouled away.
Did get a few homers there.
Yeah, we had one from Green Canyon's Coleman Bob, who had a 2-run home run, and that was crushed.
That ball was hammered.
And then Snow Canyon had the walk-off, the home run.
Yep, Ryder Harrison.
Yep. Another one fouled away to stay alive.
He went opposite field.
He went oppo on that one, yep. He's a lefty hitter. He sent it over the left field wall.
I think you called that one.
I told you, you were running the camera on that one. We were not on that broadcast, but I said, man, I'm feeling a walk-off here. I called that he would pull it to right field. That's the one thing that we got wrong on that. But I said I was feeling the walk-off, and he hit the walk-off. So, I'll be happy with that call.
Yeah, when you're doing a yard card, you don't necessarily need to say where it's going. As long as you get that it's the home run, I mean.
Yeah, the idea of it counts. Yeah. Here's the 1-2 against Riley Maddox. And they'll reset.
A little too much movement over there at first base. Just decided to step off. I mean, believe it or not, stuff like that, it gets the runner a little bit jumpy. And even if you're not picking off, this
one's sent high. And the grab is made. Out number 3. That's all they needed. They only let 1 run score, so Bear River still has a chance to fight. More when we come back here as we head to the top of the 6th inning on KSLSports.com.
In Utah, we love our sports. At KSL, we live and breathe sports. Wherever the action is.
Look who we found in Pasadena.
We're there. Wherever you are. Tune in. On air, online, and on the new KSL Sports app. We cover it all. From high school to pro. And the only radio team that's home to the Utah Jazz. KSL Sports Live and KSL Sports Zone. The one team that never stops tracking your teams.
This week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Mountain Crest takes the field. Bear River looking to try to chip away at this 13-5 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. They've got 2 innings to do so. A strong hit over to second base off the first pitch of the inning will be out number 1.
They did a good job staying alive there in the top of the 5th. They got 1 run taken away on that solo bomb to left center field, but still alive here and just hoping to chip down that lead.
It's the top of the order now. Colton Summers had a single his last at bat. Pitch is high. Ball 1.
Mountain Crest is just riding Bradfield, trying to save as much pitching as they can. He's on 80 pitches right now.
This one popped up. Back on it to make the grab. JC's there.
80 pitches right now, kind of cruising. Had a little speed bump there in the 5th inning, gave up a 3 spot, but seems to be recovering from it.
Well, if they can keep him under 85 pitches, I know he's close. If this ends up being the last batter, they'll be good. No one's warming up, so if there is a pitcher to replace him, he's either in the field or they just plan on keeping him there. This one rocketed out into left center. Think he'll get there? He does. And only 4 pitches this inning. That's all he needed, 4 pitches to get it done. Quick top of the 6th inning, so we will take a break and head to the bottom of the 6th where Mountain Crest, again, 2 runs would win it for Mountain Crest. Bear River, seeing if they can hold them off here on KSLSports.com.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bride Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
13-5 ball game. Hess remains on the mound for Bear River. Lineup coming up for Mountain Crest. It's the bottom of the lineup, the 7, 8, 9 spot. Luke Palmer, who, by the way, had that inside the park home run. If you want to call it the inside the park home run, right? I mean, there's some errors made, but either way, he made it all the way around the bases. I'm calling it an inside the park home run.
I'm going to call it a
next door. Mark running the video says, no, don't call it that.
I'm going to call it a single and then 2 throwing errors. That's what I'm going to call it.
Throwing errors. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Either way, the base is cleared. It was bases loaded, so 4-run RBI maybe. I don't know. There's lots of ways you can look at it, but it was a great play for him. His second at bat, last at bat, he grounded out. See what he does here. Makes some connection, sends a foul.
Mountain Crest needs 2 right here this inning if they want to secure this 10-run rule.
Please return all foul balls to the nearest.
If not, then we'll go to the top of the 7th.
Strong hit, center field, playing shallow, but it drops in anyways. It's a single.
It's off the end of the bat a little bit there, a little bit out in front. But didn't hit it hard enough, and probably a good thing, because if he did, probably would have been out.
So now we got ourselves a different batter up, I believe. Oh yeah, we got Butters coming up.
He is the 10th run. We get a pickoff from Hess there.
Pinch hitting is number 1, Brock Butters.
So yeah, this is Brock Butters.
First AB here.
A little bit of a bunt. Lays it down well, and he can't field it.
What a great bunt by Butters right there. Just right down the line, and that's tough. That's a tough play to make as a left-handed pitcher. You got to turn. You're running out of time. Butters, he was quick down the line. Had to pick that up barehandedly, and Hess just couldn't grab it with his bare hand. And that's a single for Butters.
Number 16, Trey Burbank.
And now Trey Burbank steps up. Another bunt. And this one also put in a good spot. Oh, it rolls foul. Just rolls foul. Smart heads-up play over there down the third base line. I got to give him a lot of credit for that, because they easily could have just tried to make the play there. But in a high-pressure situation, let that roll foul.
Yeah, it was a really good bunt. I mean, Mountain Crest out here really trying to get those runners over and get Butters to second in scoring position. They just need 2 runs to finish off this ball game. And Bear River did the right thing by letting it roll.
Another bunt. Goes to third again. It's foul. So
going again there. That one, I think you picked that one up because they were running the wheel. They were running the wheel play. The shortstop, Marble, he was running to third, and I think if Goodlift picks that up and throws it over to third base, you get the lead runner there.
You very well could. Very well could. Now he's facing an 0-2 count, though, so maybe we get to see if he goes swinging for this. But the runner's now sitting on second and third. So runners advanced anyways. It must have been a balk or something.
I was going to say, did I miss something?
I think you and I both missed it. Inside.
I was too busy explaining the will play.
It's true, and I was just listening, man. But they have it on the board as a 1-1, which I don't understand, because again, it was it a balk? They must have called it a balk, I guess.
I did not see that.
Foul away.
What do we got here? Do we have a 1-2 count?
I believe it's now a 1-2 count, and one of those they must have called it as a balk.
That's what it would have had.
It had to have been with the runners advancing.
Yeah.
Outside. Counts even at 2. Well, now your game-winning run is standing on second base with no outs.
And that's what Mountain Crest was trying to accomplish with that bunt.
Yeah, they have a shot here, and now the count's full. You could be loading up bases to get to the top of the lineup with Caden Dieter standing on deck as well.
You know, that might not be a bad idea. If I'm Bear River's coach, maybe just walk him right now. Just give him the base, because
you get the force out.
You get the force out, exactly.
Let's see what happens here on the pitch. Oh, and he sends it. This could be the game winner. And he bobbled it out in right field. This will do it. And that is the ball game. The 2-run score for Mountain Crest. They make this a 15-5 ball game. It's a walk-off for Trey Burbank. here in the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, good piece of hitting there. Like I said, I probably would have walked him just to try and get that force. I mean, it's easy to say it now.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, it's easy to say it now that I've watched how it played out with the single.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's crazy. It's a good piece of hitting by Trey Burbank. We'll go to a quick 60-second break, and when we come back, hop into a post-game show here on KSLSports.com.